You hear me talk about it all the time. An excellent marketing strategy ensures that you're targeting the right audience, period. Not only does it allow you to build your brand organically, but it also creates a community of loyal customers. Webinars really got a bad rap at one time. A lot of people thought of it as serious overkill, but they are not to be disregarded. Let me ask you a question. When planning your marketing strategy, do you include webinars? If not, you definitely need to. And here's why. Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'm your host, Jenny Lyon, and today I wanted to talk about a successful funnel. And if you have a successful or even a not successful funnel, adding a webinar might be the key. Let's dig into it. So with COVID restrictions, remote working conditions, and the need to stay informed, webinars grew dramatically during the pandemic. And it's not surprising that today, connective marketing is one of the most powerful opportunities for brands to connect with their customers in the marketplace. It's really a win-win relationship centered on a mutually beneficial exchange of value and trust when it's done right. Webinars give connection to your customers, and they have a lot of other benefits as well. So today I wanted to explore the role of webinars at all stages in your funnel and why your funnel definitely needs one to boost conversions and ROI. And as we've learned, webinars really are the most popular and effective marketing tactic at every stage in your funnel. This is because they seamlessly guide customers through research, interaction, and all of the different buying stages. And it's really not surprising that around 58% of demand generation marketers think that webinars are really the most effective strategy to get people into the top of the funnel engagement. And they're really popular because they're meticulous. So let's jump into it. All right, at the top of the funnel, the big emphasis in this stage is on generating interest and awareness. The biggest struggle is getting potential buyers to speak with you because they prefer to do their own research before reaching out, booking a discovery call, and so on. Adding a webinar to your funnel, it allows you to bridge the gap and provide what the consumer needs. So when you host only one webinar, it can generate the abundance of high quality leads in your business. And on average, 20 to 40% of webinar attendees will turn into qualified leads, and about 5% of attendees will actually purchase at the end. So either way, it's a win-win. Then we have the middle of the funnel, right? So when a customer is still at the top to the mid-range of your funnel, it's really imperative to nurture that relationship that you already have with them. You really have to provide them with solutions to their problems. Not only will it really help to solidify trust and their reliance on your products or services when they're at the end of the funnel, they'll really become more inclined to become action buyers, right? And buy your product. So if you want to be successful in business, you don't want to be a one-trick pony. You want to provide a variety of value for a variety of people, right? Okay, next up is that bottom of the funnel. And to close the sale, your customer needs probably a little bit of a push. And a webinar allows you to address the last questions that they have right then and there. They can hear about case studies and chat with your customer service team to learn more. And webinars are also great because they have a conversation rate 4 times as much as the best email campaign, and they are an amazing retention tool. And a well-executed webinar can really reinforce existing consumer knowledge and bring them up to speed on topics that they might have missed since they were last checking you out. So the bottom line really is that webinars are an all-purpose content type and that you can really use them in a variety of ways. So webinars are a valuable weapon in the tool of any successful business. They're essential to both, current and future seasons of your business. Every time that you create a webinar, you really help answer common questions that others have about your products or services. And once your audience gets through your webinars and finds them informative because they address all of their primary questions and concerns, they're really bound to look at your business and your brand as an authority in your field. So this means from that point forward, your brand will often come to mind whenever your target audience is in search of informative content. So a webinar can also be a great way to build loyalty in this new digital world. The key is to make the experience personal and as human as possible for your customers. You give your brand a face by having a person up front, the presenter or the guest expert. Industry experts are usually available to speak at events as well because they know that it will also help to promote their own business. So your expertise will continue to grow as you show your skill and knowledge in your webinar presentations. With 82% of consumer internet traffic predicted to be video by later this year, your company needs to publish and produce webinars. Video content ranks much higher in search engine results, and it's free to post webinars on your website and your social media channels. Videos can really help your business build its backlink portfolio and drive engagement with consumers. This is because we live in an age of people, right? And people love what? Video. We all love video content. And if you haven't taken that dive into video marketing yet, do it now. Do it today. Because video is great in not only boosting SEO, but things like webinars are an incredible asset for content creation and strategy. If you don't have a content creation strategy, then you definitely should. You want to be top of mind. You want to keep your customers coming back for more, and you'll grow your business in the long term. Then you need to create content that will educate your audience. So you can do things like turning old content, say a past webinar, into something new. That can be complete and pure gold. So for example, convert webinars into an email sequence for your customer and then end it with a really strong call to action. So webinars can also make it possible for your customers to experience your event without geographical or global pandemic constraints, right? You can market to a much wider global audience, and your guests or your speakers, they can dial in from anywhere in the world. It's more cost effective than hosting an actual event. It's safe during uncertain times, and you have the freedom to ramp up your event frequency. Once you have established a format for webinars, then you can tweak it and then relaunch it whenever you want. And webinars are an invaluable tool for affiliates. They are a perfect way to convert a visitor into a buyer, delivering even more value to your customers. And as an overwhelming majority of affiliates will tell you, they want a successful strategy for both parties. And that's precisely what webinars do. It's really a win-win situation that leads to higher registrations and subscribers for everyone involved. And they're a great way to interact with your audience, promote participation, and improve your overall revenue goals. All right, so what did we learn today? Well, number one, webinars are great at all funnel stages. The bottom line, webinars are an all-purpose content type, and you can use them in a variety of ways. Number two are the benefits of a webinar. Every time that you create a webinar, you help answer common questions that others may have about your services or your products. Number three is it really gives you a chance to invite industry experts into your world, and it gives your brand a face by having a person up front. So whether it's you or you bring in another expert, you have an expert front and center. Number four is it's another SEO boosting technique. Video content ranks much higher in search engine results, and it's free. You can post your webinars on your website, your socials, wherever you want. Number 5 is you can reach a much larger audience. Webinars are much more cost effective than hosting a live event, and they're really safe during uncertain times. And you have the freedom to ramp up your event frequency and do a webinar whenever you want. And last but not least is webinars attract affiliate marketing. They do. And as an overwhelming majority of affiliates will tell you, they want a successful strategy for both parties. And that's precisely what webinars do. So all in all, webinars are a great way to market your business. They can enhance your credibility, they can engage your target audience, and really develop that connection with your audience. And webinars also highlight your brand, and they also attract prospective clients. So if you're not doing webinars now and you have funnels running that don't have a webinar component, add one. I'm telling you, is going to be a game changer for you. And of course, if you ever need help with your webinar, please reach out. I actually have a ultimate webinar planning workbook that you can download for free at jennylyon.com/webinar planning. And it walks you through the process. And of course, if you do need help, reach out. I'm definitely happy to help. Even if you have a webinar and you maybe need a little bit of insight, that's the type of stuff that we do all the time as well. We can look at your current webinar and audit it for you. We can polish your script in your deck and really get it to the point where it does convert for you. So no matter what stage you are in webinar development, if you've never considered it and you're thinking, maybe I should, maybe you have one and it's just not doing as well as you thought, or maybe you do have one that's working really well and you're just looking for ways to scale it and optimize it. Whatever the circumstance, reach out. Happy to help. Happy to answer any questions you have. You can always schedule a call with me at jennylyon.com/chat. And I hope you found these tips on why you need a webinar in your funnel helpful. And as always, I'll see you next time on another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. See you soon.